Thank you for joining us. I'm Jennifer Meckles. It is the day we've been warning everyone about. We have an extreme fire weather warning in effect because of dangerously strong winds expected to really start kicking up the next few hours. Already about 50,000 Xcel customers are 2 hours now into a precautionary electricity shutoff period today. We will hear from Chris Bianchi in just a moment about that forecast. First, let's talk about that power shutoff. The utility, Xcel's latest map, shows those shutoff impacts in the West Metro, a few areas southeast of Fort Collins between Loveland and Longmont. And before the power is turned back on, when the winds eventually die down, Xcel tells us there will be some extensive work done to make sure it is still safe for everyone.
678 miles of line that will need to be visually inspected, and that inspection cannot begin until it's safe to do so. And it won't be safe to do so until after the wind subsides. So customers should be prepared that we won't be able to restore power until after 6 o'clock.
Now let's take some live looks around the viewing area. You're looking at Horsetooth in the foothills of northern Colorado at this time. Certainly we don't see any major wind pushing through, at least visible from the trees right now, but this is an area that we are watching closely. We are also watching closely areas in the metro. You're looking out at a camera through Arvada right now. Another area expected to get a lot of wind today. Those parts of Arvada, some of them don't have power right now. Again, we're not seeing that wind whipping through just yet. I know that a lot of you have started to ask our meteorologists, when is it coming? When is it coming? We will hear from our folks on the ground out there. Corey Reppenhagen is in Arvada today, but first let's start with Chris Bianchi. I know your social media has been blowing up. Where's the wind? Where's the wind?
Yes.
We are starting to see the beginning of it, though, in some areas.
And Jenny, I'd politely ask that you stop sending in those messages.
Not me.
It's those caps lock, your burner accounts. No, on a serious note, the wind is moving in as we speak. In Boulder, at the Foothills Lab, just within the last half hour, 45 minutes, starting to see those winds crank up to about the 60-mile-an-hour threshold in Boulder. If you're watching me from Conifer, from Evergreen, that wind has reached you. In Denver, it's going to take a little time for this to mix in, but notice there at the Vance Brand Airport in Longmont, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts right now. Golden starting to see that wind rev up as well. So again, if you're joining me from downtown Denver, most of the metro area not seeing the wind yet, but it is not far off. And if you join me from the foothills, we are just starting to get into the core of the wind. So when will it peak? When will it move down to Denver? Between about 2 and 6 p.m. will be the prime window for our strongest winds for us across the metro area. 60 to 70 to even some 80 and localized 85-mile-an-hour wind gusts along the Highway 93 corridor, as well as on up into some of the foothills here just outside of Denver. And in Denver, our winds will peak between about, I would say between 2 and 7 p.m. will be the time window, most likely on the back half of that, so 4, 5, 6 o'clock. That's when those winds really going to be just ripping for us. It stays windy tonight. Then tomorrow morning, we start to see those winds calm down a little bit for us. High wind warning, fire weather warning for us. That fire weather warning includes Denver and the entire metro area. And that goes until 6 p.m. tonight. That's when that fire danger will be highest. High wind warning continues until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So again, highest fire danger between now and 6 o'clock. Please here, folks, one of those afternoons, don't do anything stupid right here across Colorado. And then for tonight, that wind will continue for us, especially in the foothills and in the mountains. But we've got more wind ahead for us on Friday as well. I'll tell you about that in a couple minutes. I want to set things over to my colleague, meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, who is in Arvada. Corey, are you seeing that wind yet? I was just saying how we're starting to see it in Boulder. Are you seeing it there at the Bureau there in Arvada yet?
Yeah, we're not seeing it just yet. We're still breezy here. We haven't had a gust of more than 10 miles per hour just yet. I'm on Wadsworth, so a good bit of distance, maybe about 10 miles to the east of the base of the foothills, where you got that wind gust at the NCAR Mesa Lab getting up there in the 60-mile-per-hour range. So we may be an hour or so away from getting it into the core part of the metro, but it's pretty unusual to get 60+ mile-per-hour winds right in the core metro area, and that is the potential that we're looking at today. And it's really two different wind events happening all at about the same time. They'll kind of overlap. Right now, you can see I'm in short sleeves. It's 63 degrees here in Arvada. Sun is out, and we have a very gentle downsloping Chinook wind, which is dry, and it is really setting the stage for the grass fire danger with the low humidity, and then the more forceful winds will start to come in, which we call a bora, and when those start to crank, those will be the stronger gusts with this event, and when those overlap, the grass fire danger and the strong winds, it's going to last about 4 to 5 hours, and it looks like it's going to start within about an hour or so from now. So the core part of the day there, 2 to 6 p.m. is what we're looking at, and we're watching it out here. We have several crews. I am one of those crews that will be monitoring this wind event because it's going to carry us right through our evening newscast tonight. Now, reporting live in Arvada, I'm meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen for the 9 News Weather Impact Team. Jenny, back to you.
All right, Corey, stay safe out there. Thank you. And it's going to be tough if you're driving out there today as well. CDOT has a few reminders. These seem obvious, but you know, when you're driving past a semi and you get blown, just remember this as they're blowing you across the highway. Drive slowly, keep both hands on the wheel, be ready for sudden wind gusts, especially when you're passing large vehicles like a semi. Do not overcorrect if you get blown off course. And when you park your car, keep your car away from trees and power lines. The high winds can lead to power outages. If you do come across an intersection and the traffic lights are dark, just remember to treat it like a four-way stop and be patient and kind with other drivers. Stick with 9 News and 9 News Plus for the very latest on the wind today and all the impacts as we continue to cover this throughout the afternoon. You can also download the 9 News app for free in the Apple and Google Play stores. Atmospheric research, including severe weather, could take a big hit very soon. The Trump administration is now breaking up the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, NCAR. The research there challenges President Trump's false claim that climate change is a hoax. Russ Vought is the director of White House Office of Management and Budget, and he says that a review is now underway and any activities considered vital will be moved out of that facility. USA Today reports the plans are to completely close that Mesa laboratory in Boulder. NCAR employs about 750 people in Boulder. Colorado Democratic Governor Jared Polis released a statement saying Colorado had not only not officially been informed that NCAR is being closed, and the media office at NCAR told us they hadn't been told yet either. Tonight, President Trump does plan to deliver a primetime address to the nation live from the White House. Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt says Trump will talk about his accomplishments since taking office in January and what he plans to do over the course of the next 3 years. The speech is expected at 7 tonight here on 9 News. The other scheduled programming will air after he is done.